Ayo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show. Now that this whole hurricane mess is over, I can finally get back to posting regularly. Now before I start this video, I just wanted to say that there's a lot of intentions to why this particular video is coming out. I did not necessarily plan for this video to be coming out as far back as you may think. You see, after the success of my Fairy Godparents video, I said on Twitter that if I gained around 3,000 subs by Friday, I would do something special to celebrate the success that another Fairy Godparents video has given me. So I decided to do 3 more Fairy Godparents videos. And don't worry, none of them are going to be reviews on Season 10. Because I'm done with Season 10, at least for now. I do plan on returning to it, just not this year. Not at all. That's just out of the question. I kind of feel like I would be beating a dead horse, so to speak, if I keep talking about how Season 10 is horrible. If I find a good episode, I will talk about it, just not this year. I'm just done with Season 10. But that's not exactly why I'm doing this video. I've reached out to a ton of people in the comment section and there's just so much that people want to know. Where is Poof? Who's Chloe? Is that really AJ? What's happened so far? Why is it like this? And has it always been like this? Has the new characters brought this show to be like this? All of this is assuming that you actually don't like the show, by the way. And then there's the other side. Why do people hate Chloe so much? Why should we feel that Fairy Godparents should be cancelled? There's just so many questions that have been asked around the comment section and probably other places about this particular franchise. So I want to do 3 things. The first thing I want to do is I want to talk about Girly Squirrely again in a much more analytical light. I think a lot of people have come under the impression that I am extremely negative and that that particular review is representative of all the reviews on my channel, which is a fallacy. And I'm going to be talking about fallacies later down this week. It was my meanest review to date, just like my other Fairy Godparents review. And I can't blame anyone because it was in the suggested videos loop of YouTube, so it would be the first impression of me, and unfortunately that had to come at the price of me being ultra negative, me just ripping and tearing into this show. And honestly, if you were to ask me what my top 5 series of all times is, Fairy Godparents would be in my top 5. So that will all be expressed in the extra discussion that will be coming out. The second thing that I'm going to be doing is this character clash, Timmy versus Tootie. I know the next one I was supposed to be doing was Hank versus Peggy, but that will be coming out later. I wanted to do Timmy versus Tootie because a lot of people in the comment section are still asking, why do we need Chloe? And it's just such an interesting topic to me. Because when I think about it, I just think there's just so many ways to tackle why Chloe isn't needed. And I proved that we already have a Chloe. And her name, or his name, is Remy Bucksaplenty. Now I would like to talk a little bit about how we already kind of have someone suitable to be a main character and to share fairies with Timmy already. Now to be honest with you, that could really just be anyone that is already miserable in Dimsdale. Anyone from Chester to AJ to even Trixie. But the reason why I picked Tootie is actually because she is the easiest to explain. Also because when you think about the movie, she kind of does end up with Timmy anyway. So if we're going to go off of the timeline of the movie, maybe this can work. Maybe this won't be too out of the ballpark. And then the third thing that I'm going to be doing is in November, I'm going to be doing a rewrite of one of the most frustrating special to come out of the Fairy Godparents franchise. So if it does sound like I'm beating a dead horse with this whole Season 10 and Fairy Godparents thing, just know that I'm pushing out these videos as quick as I can. That's why 2 came out today. And honestly, I kind of feel like it is that way. But there's so much to talk about, so just excuse me. I'll talk about Season 10 first, and then I'll go into other things. Because, believe it or not, these characters are actually a lot similar than some people may think. And with that, I will start the video now. Ayo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and welcome back to Character Clash, a series on my channel where I compare 2 characters, look for core traits, and see how I would write a character with a general premise. Bear in mind if I say anything that's negated, wrong, or inaccurate because of a future episode, just note the date that this was posted. I am truly thankful for the large amount of subs I've gotten these past couple of weeks. In my Chloe vs. Remy video, I explained why one is generally considered miserable and the other is generally considered not. In this video, Timmy vs. Tootie, I will explain exactly why Tootie is considered the best antithesis for any real use of Chloe. So there's a few general guidelines for a fairy godparent. The one that comes to mind to me first is the point of being miserable. They're there to help comfort a child who would otherwise live a very terrible childhood. Now, knowing this, some of the things Timmy had to deal with are the following. Vicky, who as a babysitter gave Timmy a real reason to fear for his life away from school. Francis, as a school bully, who gave Timmy a real reason to fear for his safety at school. And Crocker, who as a teacher gave Timmy a real reason to fear for his future at school, his parents that are away for the most part, and just generally don't care about him, and any other bad luck that comes his way. He's also not considered cute or popular, and he isn't depicted as coming from money. Now let's look at Tootie. Now according to the episode You Do, she does have to deal with Francis, even if it's marginal. In fact, she also has to deal with the crushing disappointment that is the love struggle of Timmy with Trixie. She acknowledges that she does not like Trixie for this fact, and that Timmy is wasting his time on her. In fact, according to Birthday Wish, Tootie is twice as miserable than Timmy. Let me repeat that. Tootie is twice as miserable than Timmy Turner. Now, this is not out of the realm of plausibility. I mean, Vicky is Timmy's babysitter, but Tootie has to actually live with Vicky. Now, remember what I said. Vicky puts Timmy in a position where sometimes he fears for his life, and Tootie has to live with this person. Now, Vicky is a large part of why Timmy is miserable. Channel Chases is a great example of why Timmy needs Vicky in his life, actually. And without Vicky, there is no Cosmo and Wanda. So both are generally considered miserable, and both of these characters here, Timmy and Tootie, would greatly benefit from having fairies. But there's more qualities between them. Both Timmy and Tootie come across as relatable in literally all perspectives. You're more likely to be a boy who likes a popular girl who doesn't like you back, a girl who likes a boy who likes another girl he can't get with, and basically vice versa with the gender switch. And I can relate to Timmy basically treating Tootie bad in front of his friends because I can understand why he would do it. In fact, the Loud House recently, at the time of writing and recording this, does something similar to this concept, so it can't be that dated. However, this isn't just about both characters being miserable. I just wanted to get that out of the way before getting on to the other main points that are not about Season 10's problems. Now, Tootie has shown in the past that if she has power, she will do really good things. Now, that doesn't mean that she's good. She's pretty mean when she wants to be. Not only getting revenge on Timmy in this episode, but in Channel Chasers, revealing Vicky's plans to Timmy's parents. Tootie is also considered to not have the best luck. According to Birthday Wish, her birthday was ruined every year by this person here. She also doesn't have parental support, just like that other kid in this comparison video. Bonus points that in Birthday Wish, they acknowledged that they did know about Tootie's birthday, but they did not want to show up because of their other daughter. It also helps that both Tootie and Timmy already know that Vicky is evil. There was the episode Homewrecker where both Tootie and Timmy had to deal with Vicky and indirectly helped each other out. So the duo can work together. I wouldn't necessarily say that both Timmy and Tootie are near identical. I would argue that even though it is directly stated that Tootie is twice as miserable, she does have a lot going for her. She stood up to Francis and she's pretty violent when she wants to, defeating a sock puppet army that outnumbered both Crocker and Darth Laser to grown men. And also in a meta state, she's been a part of a lot of good episodes such as Old Brother and these episodes on the screen, which was mainly about her relationship with Timmy and their chemistry. So to close, they're similar in these following ways. They're both miserable from mostly the same sources. Both are relatable to many people. Both have shown to do very good and very bad things when given fairies and power. Both have bad luck. Both have clear, defined wants and passions, and both have interlocking problems and troubles that would just make it very easy to write episodes around. So if knowing this, I just want to make some closing statements about Tootie as a character, and Chloe, and Sparky, Sparky, and any other new character that may or may not come. And I should be talking down to the newer characters. I shouldn't just be doing it to Chloe, but since she's the most recent and in my opinion the worst, everything applies. Your core characters carried you for multiple seasons for a reason. Whatever characters you want to add should at least fill a space in a meaningful way. And if you're here to stay, you should know exactly who you're replacing. Do I think that Tootie would be a replacement? Well, this may seem like a surprise to a few of you, but who cares? No, really, who cares? Because you see, it doesn't matter who shares with Timmy or not. With everyone and their friend basically offering their advice on how to rewrite this, there are so many ways to tackle it, so it's all about the execution. I really don't care who shares with Timmy, as long as they write it well, as long as it doesn't practically piss on what is a very good series, as long as it doesn't insult my intelligence. And you'll see in the extra discussion that I basically go through the comment section and I take basically any execution, because there's a lot of them there, and there's a lot of them that make a lot of sense. And it just shows you how easy it is to rewrite this. So while yes, Tootie may look like a prime candidate, if you replaced Chloe with Tootie in the Big Fairy Scare and adjusted her behavior to be realistic, it would still bomb because the execution and the writing was abysmal. So join me on the last Fairy Odd Parents video I want to make in October, and then the next one in November when I rewrite one of the most frustrating episodes of the Fairy Odd Parents. If you want to write a character similar to Timmy and Tootie, a couple of general guidelines is you should probably make them a lot relatable to, I know this is going to sound a little cliche, but the average kid that no one understands. Because that title really does fit people like Timmy and Tootie well. They aren't always in the spotlight. Try to make it seem like their outer shell doesn't show much about them, and that it makes them look pretty uninteresting, like they don't have a really impressive life. But to the audience, this character is actually pretty interesting because they do have a lot of great qualities to them. It's just that some of their flaws kind of keep them in the position that they're in. Remember, these characters can't be too humble and perfect, because then it really wouldn't make them seem like the underdog all the time. Because Timmy is selfish sometimes, and Tootie is impulsive sometimes. These characters are not perfect, but they're good-natured, and that's another big point. They do not have to be perfect, they just have to be good-natured. We as the audience, when we know this character and we know that they're the underdog, they just relate to us a lot better. Especially if they also have some of the same interests that the target demographic would have. And that's honestly just the surface of this, because there's just so many ways to write a good, miserable character, especially for Fairy Odd Parents. You really don't need much. In fact, I said before that a lot of these characters are pretty much written off of stereotypes and cliches. So this was my character clash. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you want to leave a request, please open up the description below and click on that request video and leave a comment there, because I do not take requests anywhere else but in that video. And as always, I hope your time was well spent, and Alpha out. Hey yo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and welcome to Character Clash, a series on my channel where I compare two characters, look for their core traits, and see how I would write this character with a similar general premise. Bear in mind, if anything I say is negated, wrong, or inaccurate because of a future episode, note the date that this was posted. So today I want to talk about Chloe, but better yet, I want to talk about the original Chloe.